Lord Buddha was the founder of Buddhism. He was the ninth incarnation of Sri Vishnu. There is a story. Bhusunda, a sage, the crow on the Kalpavriksha tree, told the following to sage Vishishta. I can remember this earth sinking into the ocean 5 times and Lord Vishnu taking the form of a tortoise, lifting it up above the water. I have seen the ocean of milk being churned 12 times. I know that Hiranyaksha had taken the earth 3 times to Patal, underworld. The Lord has incarnated 6 times as Bhargava Rama, Lord Parshurama. Incarnation of Sri Buddha has taken place in 6 Kaliyugas. Tripura Dahana, burning of the Tripurasura, has taken place 30 times. Daksha Yaga was broken up twice. Lord Shiva has slain 10 Indras. He fought 7 times with Sri Krishna for the sake of Bana. Janana Vashishtha, Bhu Andu Pakhyana. In days of old in a battle the Devas were defeated by the Asuras and the gods approached Sri Vishnu with their grievance. Sri Mahavishnu incarnated as the son of Sudhodana with the name Sri Gautam Buddha, Siddhartha. Then, he went to the Asuras and made them reject the Vedas and the laws thereof. The Asuras or Daityas are the sons born of his wife Diti, to Kashyapa Prajapati, son of Marichi and grandson of Lord Brahma. Agni Purana, Chapter 16. The following are the facts gained by historic investigations. Lord Gautam Buddha was born in BC 560, in Kapilavastu near the Himalayas. His father was Sudhodana. He was born in the family of the Sakyas. The word, Sakya, is another form of the word Kshatriya. The real name of Lord Buddha was Siddhartha. Sudhodana brought up his son in such a way that he should not be subjected to any sort of mental pain or worry. So, he kept Lord Buddha aloof from the outer world. Thus, he spent his childhood in comfort and pleasure. Once, by chance, he happened to see a sick man, an old man and a dead body. The sight made him thoughtful. He began to think upon a way to remove sorrow and pain from the world and to bring about peace and comfort. The change that appeared in the son worried the father. So, at the age of 16 he made Siddhartha marry Yashodhara. A son was born to them. But the mind of Siddhartha was restless, distressed and agitated. One day, Siddhartha discarded everything and went out of the palace alone. Siddhartha wandered from place to place learning from various teachers. But he did not find peace. Once, on a full moon day while he was sitting in meditation under a banyan tree he got bodha, insight or conviction. From that day onwards, he began to be known by the name Buddha. After that, he came to Kasi, and told his disciples how he got bodha or conviction. The number of his followers increased day by day. Thus, Buddhism came into being. Lord Buddha said that the reason for pain and sorrow in the world was desire and that sorrow could be exterminated only by controlling and overcoming all desire. To attain eternal bliss one should be true and righteous in thought, deed and word and that, not killing, was the foundation of righteousness. Buddhism spread everywhere in Bharat. Teachings of Buddhism, this chapter is not from any Puran. Lord Buddha emphasized 4 noble truths to mankind. He said that the world is full of suffering. All sufferings have a cause. Desire, ignorance and attachment are the causes of suffering. The suffering could be removed by destroying its cause. In order to end suffering, one must know the right path. This path is the Eightfold Path. The central theme of Sri Buddha's religion is the Eightfold Path, Ashtanga Marga. The first path is the proper vision leading to the realization that the world is full of sorrows caused by desire, greed etc. The second is the right aim which seeks to avoid the engagement of the senses and luxury. It aims to love humanity and increase the happiness in others. Right speech is the third path. It implies the practice of truthfulness promoting mutual friendship. Right action includes abstention from killing, stealing and unselfish deeds. Right livelihood instructs a man to live by pure and honest means. Right effort means proper way of controlling one's senses so as to prevent bad thoughts. The seventh is correct awareness or right mindfulness, which means understanding the idea that the body is impermanent and meditation is the means for the removal of worldly evils. The last one is right concentration, which will lead to removal of evils generated by attachment to the body and the mind. This will lead to peace and unravel the real truth. Anyone who would follow the Noble Eightfold Path would attain nirvana irrespective of his social origin. Buddhism laid emphasis on the law of karma, by which the present is determined by the past actions. If an individual has committed no sins, he is not born again. This is an important part of Lord Buddha's teachings. The moral doctrines of Sri Buddha were simple. He believed that every individual is the maker of his own destiny. We are born time and again to reap the fruits of our karma. Good deeds lead to higher life till salvation is achieved, while evil deeds hinder our spiritual elevation. One should neither lead a life of luxury nor a life of severe asceticism. The best course to be pursued by an individual is the middle path, Madhyama Pratipit or Tatha Grahmarg. Sri Buddha laid stress on truth, charity, purity and control over passions and advocated for cardinal virtues, that is, Maitri, love, Karuna, passion, Mudita, joy at another's success, and Upeksha, equanimity, towards all living beings in order to lead a better life in the next birth. Besides, one should avoid pursuing bad instincts such as ill will, anger, deceit, jealousy, arrogance etc. One should not steal, speak lie or get drunk or have illicit relations. Thus, Sri Buddha preached moral and ethical conduct for the common man. He stressed that the Noble Eightfold Path by which a person could attain nirvana is not a matter of belief or knowledge alone but also conduct.